from a police station.
I think they've done the right thing. Yeah. I support it 100%. So to who said no you can be say can't say how to focus supporters. I am fair to the supporters. Even though I know the Lazio and one or two another few supporters are not calling house of supporters, all right. But who said normally the all kinds of house supporters are now called the NCC, you know, and that's almost RCC, you know. Now we don't know about room. But when we feel say any pabia or more any Lazio no ya adwene and the kokoye stadium koye. Okay. What does it? Okay. You know, the entire house of folk big body no from no one limited to Lazio and its group not only people koye say, you know. But ultimate farm ranch on some. Then I'm koye. So what now?
But it's not on
a dangerous. You as a security person, you know. So
some kawa. What guys and bushes? Will be about say that's my moon sorry and babu from my yajuma. Dako. So answer.
I say one name to go and Mugu as a monk for and a cassette to be. So is it Lazio no catcher say to go out dinner? So what is the answer now? Hanom, but Lazio the house to go. And continue to keep the MDs there. Togo appointed the MD. Togo the power or the every power to say the MD and my house of
sometimes the MD need to go in community. No, if you are to go tenancy.
And I just want to say, the Ecosono Togo. So maybe say, oh, okay with them, that's why the MD stay there. And that's how, and then you want to folks secretariat.
And it's not always like that.
So now the men are for the money and soon so no. So some men powder me you are there be and then
process of the family
within out of focus. So almost saki coaches. Almost saki coaches. Eventually coach to send them to FIFA or whatever. Near the house of folk place, then only
but they feel it.
And here no, Lazio na dia okoye no. I'm happy say the police are inviting no. Maybe through Nkoma discuss about cause what they say arrest and answer me arrest.
Adabaka commander no mbeka.
You see the point. So okoye on something in the boom. Et na hono me feel so form. So try to issue my MD no in 2 days ma we see how ma wonye say no. E so draw something nyina. Na o make sure say Obama good account of himself. Emma will be infano. Okay. So I'm happy for House of Folks some years ago. Now to Coach Board Kotoko did not do anything extraordinary. Kotoko did not do anything extraordinary. They only took advantage of one opportunity in the score. We created a lot of chances, but they could not take the advantage of that chance on creating Omoshe. So football, is the lifeblood of football a go. It doesn't matter to entertain between. So one fat ponies one for go and to neta. What man are you know are complete. Coach Board engine to say Kumasa Sante Kotoko Asheno. Ah no, we no we to ma just or trade the NTS and so move a needless. Who here?
Oh no, was the coaches no here. Because 67 minutes we had a chance we couldn't score. Who are Chelsea coach? You will coach will have 10 on say interview no. I dey with me win that game no. Who are Chelsea coach? The course will game no. Who freeze one team and win. And so Kasa name more of Chelsea than to move Chelsea no cotton check kakitowi. Now go take us and take Kotoko. Oh, yeah say what do me Kotoko on so last week na me can them go say now they on Kotoko for. But in such instances no. So to not aggravate the hatred no. Any abufu no. Yes, every about position as
no, and then after this interview, no, I'm beginning to understand what Kotoko supporters are almost say, Bia, what do you hatred?
This one, that's what he does with all other matches. But I'm attention, as an style,
attention, you know, if you look at different, the how see Kotoko games, no, a different. Even the attitude on the touchline. Look at how what you assume with the journalists. The attitude on the touch as a Kotoko Shena, or free because as I didn't see. But what do at the end says, Untimi and Untimi? You had the opportunity of beating Santo Kotoko Obukum. Obukumasi, Kotoko Shell, Ewaha. You know, when a guest and now he was not happy. And I'm going to neutral grounds. Neutral grounds was not show. 18 be a good loser. Admit it. they've beaten us. Yes, they did not have a lot of chances, but they've the most important thing in football. And they only for us. And they would want to me uncle.
Okay.
That would have been better. That would have been nice. Than to go to that tangent, they did not do anything extraordinary. You didn't do anything extraordinary.
Ma'am, to was, many emotional, to was, you are
my player. I will do that seminar. That would mean because I had in Kotoko. On my coy, and our time on a buyer, so maybe you know me. Still, only giving me more. What is wrong with your coach? Favorite. Had no South Africa. Says no, pride. Once he's training him to a fit, not getting the chance because players are has in the idea. Now there's this element, so you know, and can you class or not? Okay. But here is the case that the course no. Sending the crew, the boy needs to play football. The boy needs to play football.
Lawyer, Babu, Busina, lawyer, Mrana, or Rambato Coquacrana, or say assault me, there no church, coach in India, no, has assembly. Now, also, much better the boy anybody. Would there be a cardinal? And your house, some women say, yet no young fan say, a supporter of any football club, Aqua Secretariat, one mono or Kubusa questions. Me ma umra office won't me nya call the enkasa nwi eno charge me na betun dia bono
me share dan tie nsem mu ba me tie kakra bi no e fra bibi assault nya se wo don saka obi se wo di hu atu obi zo
sa
wo di oye bibi di hu atu obi zo
nya se ne den na mo zo ke ma echi na dawa hu kwa no de tie to dem
and how e betum kra charge no for offensive conduct Subabi akoya etiatia asumdie so say atimdie
san we dey wani na temo
we dey kasam kasa basa which was charging for offensive conduct and where's your kind min tie mu bi so na threat of how and I said that minim standing me and around threat of something there for nothing harm offensive conduct assault but offensive
you also prove
also prove in fact offensive conduct dey kofanya ma bebre so baby obedient di basa bia it's your man assume you hu bia no it mean charge offensive conduct tinema bebre
okay
but me need details
okay do one and am
hu kakra possible charges
okay
e be bit my sabe count
okay
we need to be 7 counts 6 counts
shadows around the team one aka 2 okay Matias na nata kwati zen na no na coach no beka say league no dey more than FA Cup and there we put more effort ampa no am say or the more effort go
tama me who say na man for see who FA Cup no say dey I don't think say easier than
was it compare aka 2 matches now wa win okay league no so 4 matches or so so until compare I say Manchester United didn't be all
right but now pressure now what FA Cup is not so
na bodo me
because we had to the name you who say e kwam bias na say it me progress
yeah
because the moment say ke be lose no say hope bia akọ for Kotoko represent Africa but they say the na me adom the na ba ko si fana so but jama
also can be fana ndese moduru
me say cup no die no
na ya na ba ko
yes ba ko krem na say na ba ko si heaven Tama, the crew woman say no, I am funny easy. In fact, I had to take Kotoko experience in never be because ball and airborne not more tinny. Now the Makotoko asked me and say, Obi and Kotoko Shia. Tama, and I good your crowd. If I ever can be Monuasia, living wise.
Fixers in the air.
Asia. Oh, Tama.
Oh, yeah.
Na, and golden cricket akwa do fanazia so mon akwa mo anya easy the last of me dem man here has me now follow through division 1 clubs and obi aka say ya me nya nya Kotoko nya
wise ne halfway ababu foi
through democracy
accelerate ne za na mo say we mu de ye
na so no go focus sia mo ya ka me dem man Samantes has me na ahwase any aba be do say na me dey me Kotoko team na baso any the entire family go no it took Kotoko resilience being the team ejina
is it don't lose too much
so far the record no ye 2 wins
1 draw
baby there
and then obviously say referee
report to Nyan say just before the match referee complaining say onye fully fit and 9 year so they had to change na men kan officiate asa
na kama
na enye da enkoyi yeah no in fact ana me jones ana na Kotoko no obi ahia na it appears say enema kotia Kotoko
na nyamo na muhu no sa
the time asem na mo tuma sense na makabi ya ka mo mo kabi na manfo
na attendance nya bad ana mbo
oh mo ya de manfo bai na rawusam ne say wo hwe supporters ya ekoma dokum chesia na oh yes no minim baby ground zango fo no ko ball pose you me so ntia Kotoko tama na me boko na ma me boys na base no so shepa Kotoko say dey sit na within the stadium what means na say the more na ekoma dokum chesia na ade dokum chesia supporters nko na say ya bonko fo pa clearly no na pa bo
go je referee say dey mo no kiss na
emu dey
James Taylor
o say no we for eno anyo na di match no
no so no
nye dey yam fa case dey enu abaya say
na there no nti na em so o man no
na say nko be film kura all together
o say for the on kan
hey he was part of the team
do no
Ochiame ene say na enu ntia Ochiame after first I was Ochiano
na zi be shia court
dem ko dey so
na o go bi no hey
ono wi dey o
asa wa ko dey za
mo yes my testimony wi ye mama mfonti
okay
tell wi ni dey idisa manya no ntia
kan
ye dey ye kura no Kotoko dey ye nim say dey iti ye kwa na ye boy ho but the name officiating yanko yamai
okay
and dey obi
ya on the 2 center no for na
so obodi ngomo ba men person make me this case na
okay
omo yo mo
go those start officiating and that be o
ba be for dia ka no
ball na ye center na ti o call for
sila no
na say you call ta 70
anu na so nu say ya so
no be jina Kotoko match
opted out and
at second time new no be so man
match
obedi e o
yes already match
but we have cup semi final
so time I say no they are it couldn't have opted out of the game altogether.
Not an that point will be of course a judgment in my why do you still appoint him to officiate your matches?
Well,
also it's not the best. We dey minim how
e be o magina nkoso
asem no asem no ke awia
e be o mag
you go go bibia na bibia si ase be ke na anu asem nta
was say na you take final decision on you only give a testimony judgment
say na edo kwa na obubusa abobo na ira man ya
ye dey Kotoko dey ye fan say ye ko ye adwuma say
okay and they say next is the final. What next? Is the league no so money
league matches so Sunday and Dreams FC
Kumasi
Sunday na anka babia go stars ne nso atrema bobo enti pe every nyama no
munya goza na mu nations nations no mo da soro mo go ma mo de ka go stars
but nations kwa Heart of Lions start 4 clubs here but you say open
the points the nations was saying
you know no 3 points in the separate here in top no
okay
one better head to head
into no nations be 2 points 3 points and go start 2 out of lines you have the same points come on here
okay
but I believe say the name is Korea you team no performance e baso
if to buy no
well, of course, me the sir.
Is to buy in a costro?
Sir, it's normal in football.
It is to buy in a costro.
The possibilities extra no count.
And I'm just or buying now. What time near costro? If you saw buying, no, yeah, per time no. If you saw buying in a costro,
but men person make us a dito kwa buy. No
time no na me am say.
If you saw a place not to move.
No, any nya na no. Me say mu say time when the start is a costro no.
Oh, who say your first game no? Yeah, who match of Isa. But you can say Oba
and say no. Why careful ama. Adia coach abe no be so de be man.
You say
football. So coach abaso no.
Football any magic in Kwani dey. there's no magic in football.
I go to use magic.
Or you're a technical person. You said we have time. So because of
but if you buy in a costro.
Obviously, he has added something to the
to buy in a costro.
There's an
members of the cancer. What's the son near man?
And I make us say, members make us say, or buy no quantia.
No time, dear.
Someone has be fair to.
No, the lawyer. Time don't do this that time.
And I make us
a free 20th December and a hurry. I see. And not dear. It was something a course or buy, you know.
So why the mention of is it to buy?
Oh, sir, time no buy no, and a coincidence about or buy an idea in a cost. And the chair say or buy an air cost.
So it's good for the team.
Oh, good for the team. They're saying
it's good for the team.
And the Bonabasso so buy an air cost.
But I'm coach to bend too much. Because there's more room for improvement. So it's my say.
Let the woman I'm going
to first, I think was another right.
Big bro.
And if you know, sometimes Kruma say no. Idea yenya dia one say rulers want to take decisions at the wrong time. Say in the middle of the season, no, not the middle, the business end of the season. MTN FA Cup semi-final. Was say yakotena dem. Say kakwe pilot. Would you uti Kruma say no nimtama ye pilot ade. Muti Kruma say no. Was that GFA mu nimtama ye pilot ade. Mu de at the business end of the season. And I okwa pilot. And when they say poto.
About saying.
No, that thing failed.
Again, when we failure.
Coverage poor. Coverage poor. Commentary poor. But if you say there, we don't associate ourselves with such embarrassment. Until you have one for us animal. Because such embarrassment, anything from if you say. Say you bring at this stage, I will say, oh. Sky and I come out could be a commentators on the run comment no be amfa. You never broke Kruma.
Oh, I didn't.
I'm going to go Masi Adepoto.
Sir.
Coverage poor, you can't watch it. Say at this stage, semi-final of FA Cup, Obama professionals have been tried, they will be here. What the station, Facebook, or move channel, so be unfair. And
then we say, station, no. Guys, no, I tried be. Facebook and I baby say, Obia Kokase station be what teaching na over 20 TV stations in Okumasi. When me and Koje rise and we track Kotoko matches, Obia Koje amoto na mo keka cancer. Minim do go na o de mo ti Kumasi mo ti we Kotoko wa di ntwa na Obia dia. Mutu work kaka kansem. No, say, I'm say ko wan akoko omu yi.
Omu say omu dia. And omu no be no. Tell go say akwa ba mo form ade. Omu nto so sa if this is what you want to be selling to the whole world say at this stage you near brainer semi-final game na ade poto say you can't watch the game. Nothing was good about what they did sa ade no.
Okay.
I think say going forward we have to move on.
Okay.
On the game itself, some what do on Shonusumanye.
Okay, on that, Madam for be a senior lecturer at the Montfort University or UK. Or say, I suspect that Coach Body wants to coach Kotoko, and hence his expression when he plays a match with Kotoko. I remember Coach Opili used similar tactics. He was the coach of Temayit, so Coach players should not take those comments to heart. Dr. Moses Agawina Amagna, senior lecturer, the Montfort University.
What he says. Coach says about after game, no matter what say any direct attack to the club anytime I have any problem. I'm to Saudi about to check on the screen. Team serious.
I don't know involved. Not coach.
He's involved. On the video, on the white no. On the
job pato.
Our baby. I call the police for the pattern on patay. Police on the pattern.
On the pato. I do
share the 20 years. Police watch.
No, go referee one.
Yes, referee didn't even know. Referee didn't even know. Or 10 someone in the no serious club will appoint you with this attitude. You understand? Me they say about my baby.
Baby so no go kana sem na omo ana.
No. Yeah. Asem yeah say ni a M1 no you like ne carry an M1 no. Let's tell him the truth. This was the first time. At Heart of Folk.
Kofi
Uso yeah man look Africa ma. Okwaje card, red card. So okay. I think going forward, young like young kind of crunch na. On the side of wakwana anyi so. I think he should look at his conduct. So ojina bencha, ni subaya original bench no. Very key. For Kotoko, I think say none many case for no on penny ba ko. Say away team now. Party team now. Party.
The late party.
The team no.
Okay.
Golden case. I'm not moving come on. It looks like say Kotoko have already secured Confederations Cup when they scored a ticket already because say 2 teams about Africa and in a worse situation because our part team no omuntu in Africa
and then obi obe share was the call
and America say already no they've secured their Confederations Cup ticket already even without kicking the ball.
So golden kids be share Kotoko. Asem say almost omo ko na Kotoko dey won take it.
No na ere.
Na ke ma Kotoko.
Oh munya sa.
Na Kotoko dey golden kids go find na Kotoko attraction.
Onu ya gdo afọ ma wa untu.
E dey say na okay.
Kotoko for one yes I mistake.
No ni
mata munya sa de no.
Dey.
E du ni agdo afọ ma untu.
Dey me fama. Eni gba say.
Na ni gba se me no.
Wey eni gba say. Golden kids a check Kotoko FA Cup final. Now you are meeting Kotoko money na.
It's already
Kotoko ma has go bi ana bisa.
Some boje. Oh mi so to David.
Yes you mama ko bi da.
Oh you are
Has.
You mama ko bi da.
You are
aba say fa. Based on the results no. Already they secured African tickets.
Yeah.
Because they basically are
some promo they
secure African tickets Africa. But I think say India is a match game to know analyze it no.
Okay.
A bit difficult in terms of say now share the
no then who say coverage was poor.
No say I tried time na no here on Facebook who say on the I tried using the nenyo kra so I think say omo no here for last year boy na there you see if has on command take action now me na no make can say as pin for na man no makoshi
no man
until me can
O ti ya den.
me mbo di mpacho ba it's it's good say but
now all the has
it's good say it's good say they've taken action more try say now police are investigating the matter because the conduct it's something like he planned it and make no who say for him to be there with the media guy and say no more planning he say me what would need some money to move
them go for the man camera di yo mo
so who say can
one be o chobi skakra we
he planned it on say mumbra
me say o chobi skakra we o camera
ni bag and the compensate to take the matter on more try say they will get I'm doing by yes yeah on your so he came with a lot of hopes on by na about Manchester United on chaya junior Kruma says on one home but use the right channel to get rid of it.
Then I'm the judge MD.
Who say since
the ball will move.
There will be of the food na
what's the only players ka.
And your po
na dia bi.
Now the problem of the buy and is that boss who tie. Omo problems who tie.
Alajo dia.
Oh the problems who tie.
And Alajo no MD GH3.
So no action never started.
No woman.
No one block no.
Then action never started.
Na Bob talk so what the backup pictures.
Who say
no they say try na backup.
One of their concern.
Arabaka ni me bo.
Na mo ya chu wi anam say ko abuja beje.
So me so ma cambo. na MD jahe
wọ́n sọ ní sẹ́ black ajá
oh no that's a black nations no
abroje for the any abroje wa ko je ni
so one of the concerns that they raised so almost money ma ta ko mo no tuba no ọba abon tim ka so oni mo hwe and how can an MD of football
yes they too much no
na has
no dey mvam
e ko bobo e wo tuba
na boss dey adwuma na wo ye
so one of
they be na dey adwuma na wo ye when the flag
majibo mram na afi ya be dey final
na we say
match ya turn very ko baby ko baby na ndi na wuni ma na adwuma be na wo ye
has ade na esi wo ha secretariat so to matena se adwene ho amenti ase unim de ma asem de hu omo mo ko we na nko mo kura bibia nko mo de boy mdi no omo wura secretariat wo virtually attack House of Folk MD without any security presence. I was secretary too. No. Obi anyway.
How long we officer security we?
Obi anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, Ghana hanom do to your friend your matra office now occupy no. Any house say them secretary city no. At least as you security for bi wo ho. Where the omo ya na omo wura mu. Omo ko gina ni mu omo twen MD.
Supporters omo na secretary omo dey o.
No.
security
Enye
so omo ni mo so me house for eto ba pem te
na security ojo aye dey.
omo musa reason yes okay can you but omo musa reason omo musa me job
man
ka de job
man reason be
omo ka de job ba
reason be na
o te no obi say obi o gonkoto bo so atecha omo mu ko no I see me pa secretary na security wo so ma member what wo ma member ba I don't know wo so ma member supporter secretary so ma member what member
o support Yusuf Lazio
na bi nasa mi support dey I said do mo ka fa mi
no say do ye no
prince do kan ye no kure
do ye no prince wana
asema o kan ni no kure
e de asema o kan wona ni
asema o kan ni no kure bi no ye ntro
wona ni adwene
asema o kan ni no kure
to ni adwene
do kan bi no ye ntro
na so wona ni adwene jibo mi o le ka police o ko police station bi
has pa minimum no we ne bra House of Folk supporters wo problem ababi o mo de fa na nya ho especially issues no mo raise no na yentia na board appoint obi ohwe pobima so na se net nye o pobima project no mo ye na ese ya ade na ko attack MD do mo ko no mo ko ye na aso obi na hye da small mo o ma no mo nim de o mo ye MD oti we mi to ya tena ha several occasions and who aba so nim da be ne say House of Folk MD kro auto player da a player turn play team ne mobo a players in team mobo adeko share MD eto mo to on ha so mo ni mo to players omunim are na mo san watara ho o so ko ayi pobiman no wa san watara ho pobiman no adu House of Folk commercial center so ko attack MD how na nyama ye nyina mzoto ade o ma sheda tena dem no mo planning oh yes it's true
and on Mesama police for
mzoto na de bi si de ni o we fi coach oba yi a ayi oni kwayi Kobe Jones munya problem ade o we fi ye wi ese coach yi wana ni coach ko tan se supporters in team be protective ti ko krum wa sem na wo kan no eno ni nuko contract bi wo ha mzoto
everybody no man go jaw
ayi se ye pese
o si you nonsense coach
don't go to you guys are come
maybe at terms of termination
you don't go say
terms of termination
now ano nyero so organize demonstration what do you them go secretary on that no
na sa demonstration o na penifo ni movie nobody movie any movie supporters omo sore kwa demonstration o supporters sore kwa demonstration emese nyoma mu raise o se be 12 no ni hu de MD ne fort ni hu bas ba house de mu raise
o na person MD ne manage e dey na person to manage House of Folk
no is good question
uni where the MD no uni where the MD no
yes
one no help be mine
I'm doing obe House of Folk did the
problem be all to my
direct from board. Appointment direct from board.
SHS secretariat.
coach ya mo kana sem direct from board
enye no crazy
yeah coach direct from board
enye no crazy enye no crazy
coach management
it says it to fail to perform maybe osmo sore se mo ko sabuduku ne nanam ho a right ba mo nsa sabuduku ne nanam maybe am sore se me ho akwa
ogun yeah I'm to the party ogun and you will say na man ko yie no ya call so
ogun at a point ye ogun free management mu and I mention ogun ya we say oye under management
be ya call so no me ya under management no ya
ka be boru ni am no ya o se de o kan nyina da be am no abo esa yo see a o be ka so ka se be no ma frɛ na bia minim na ma anyi ano one your recruitment me na bi wo a MD akambi and a coach only and send no mo involve ebi no dia minim osi ebi no dia minim no mo involve omo no for to mo o fi ase na park no so no problem na ese no so ko no ko hu bibia o sem di na report ma no yes is out to report yeah the same di na report ma no
omo we o
e could be report ma ndi
MDB am appoint
you report ma no wa anya dia you so
British American team
say o hwe ani bra Kotoko call FA Cup semi-final game nendra e ka de ba ko pe ene ka asema ya ka na ofia media mejitu ye say within Kotoko family no no enu a game na kire ene mama asem na ma ka no bisotu edimu kase ye pa say omo pe FA Cup ne Confederation Cup no than winning the league and the champions Kobo Champions League asempa na so bi ka no kwe
what's he saying
hwe league na yebo no the points gap between Kotoko and the top spot aka 3 points so importance of Kotoko attach to league na have more importance to the FA Cup na say coach ni kura ba be ka say winning the FA Cup is much easier than the league
because of the steps now can
yes at this stage
Kotoko goes into the preparation for big match name
preparation by sabuduku wona metie say the no kura prayer can say man so do yelo yeni woni say preparation amode ko anu a game me nya sure say money aduana money has half preparation amode ko
ma say e be be na me ka sure you know my yet me
and very important e be the one mu a
na o to a me ka preparation college matches mu
because enra he what the man say minim Kotoko team no he even the players look at the players attitude performance of Oputu now quite different from a league game
no house of preparation of the course
match bay
has ni no preparation has for year
am dey try Kotoko Accra busa pass o tie no busa se wo no o mo Kotoko match ma abare start preparation be da aye team no mo ko
and the match or match
yeah Saga me can match on there is good man this me can entia now when preparations there has 4 years for some match no you go board draw na aye is preparation here ya win match na e be on one we can so ne league match ya boss so far no me can preparation for the good
the American no he has a Abdulaziz the number 6
asam na be
the do stage bia if you say has say board o say management o mo form na nsi form kakra na watara no tumi no mo de ama no o de yanyo mabu timi no mamu has team no as in me hwe has ne Kotoko and ma Rosie Sadia na kire siasia abas mo left back ne ben say
because the sabo nje de ni di
na say won fa na say won extend the course contract no ade bi wo ha say wo won extend the course contract na wo ma ne mo has bi ma e say wo fo obi o better than course
kofa du vezo anta
no dinya ya kana say to obi ani say no di ball ni mbo ne ho ato no but the issue is coach ne mono
that's a video free
o show mo so mo gina free wo yo bocha mo nyina
bocha wo mo ko hwemu yi o ma no mo me hu bia mu
no watara ne bae no ne de ne say senior players no mo team no he thought say senior players ne be rebel against no watara no it is senior players ma me twa mo si baby na me nko family na me form babo has ne Kotoko yo mbo no last week or last 2 weeks Thomas say ba game so too you ask yourself say ada na coach this what say better bench
obi am tiase sase bo
and obi am timi question coach no no that be hey we to na say watara no obi na twa naka It is sometimes they need to question Ouattara.
No, Real Madrid.
No, yeah, can answer me. And yes, no, we do a bra. And yes, no, we do a suspended.
From South Africa.
Why you fit?
The Bon Hooker.
Coach is a member. How?
And Munu be able to
number 2 number Heno. And they has last year or last 2 years. Players now no trip supporters Costa Rica ko no redeem.
Oh, they say bini.
Ebi ni ho.
They say bini no.
Number 2 number Hewe.
No grab on our.
Yeah, Ouattara dey say maka. This season no to aso dey.
Bravo.
Tama.
Kakra bi na fa mi lawyer.
YouTube. Mr. Oba na was subscriber and the news from the camp of Asante Kotoko and ana pay ye bonito e petim and ye de ema na fe etumi ehu de no so ekoso e wo crop ye Kumase Asante Kotoko medium si Jojo Addison and ana pay obeka me ho a na ye de ensam no baako mienu miensam one stories be 5 from the camp of Asante Kotoko ye de ebra wene ana pay de kan no nyame adom team no ekọ takwa ekodi nkunim eka baako kan ketsi abrante Albert Amoa ana share the only goal in the game edema Asante Kotoko na Kotoko etumi qualify kushia golden cakes and so nyame adom 15th June ana sa game no eba so Kotoko ehia brekum Chelsea ana woni omo preswa second half ana Kotoko enya the only goal by Abrante and Albert Amoa and also to me a boy Asante Kotoko to me qualify air conanim and into team no ebedru enra a year enra Monday and a team no ebedru ye or more arrested we just said Nanyamia Doma team no ebeye training and so ewo AJ Sports Complex and as a Dakojachi and see Shannon so am I say and they team no abedru enra send no more best share mutunas preparation towards Dreams FC match and also between Abaso and a Ghana Premier League match and also between Abaso. Of course, Kotoko, they are not out of the league yet, and so more previa say, and they almost bet to me a concudina common now for you to me. I shall say league in the crown to me aje and they can FA Cup and they almost do finals and I know I and someone so if you want more ever Kotoko coaches moon 7. Aha na yedi exclusives ni nyina nso betumi edi abrɛw na mamemfa we yɛmfantum Kotoko coaches se nyame ya dom na season ba na wie ya club ya Asante Kotoko press ombenya coach bia obeye substantive aboa na Kotoko na dwumedi okokodi wo Africa if se Kotoko bombarding to me egi league no anase bo no FA Cup na Kotoko are ready so meko Africa na mo be konso a eso munye coach a tactically technically or you good na won't say coach and any Zito at the Kotoko predi na say ono de buy as an interim coach and so go so our boy Jumana and wo boa Asante Kotoko and they wonya coach na locally if you de coaches bebre and na one mudin and so to me about coach and ni Maxwell Kunedu ni din abetete coach Maxwell Kunedu ni din abete nsuani afi CK Akuno ono so ni din ababeta ho yebeka ya CK ebra wo ba Asante Kotoko no he took over from coach Parkwesi Fabian na coach Parkwesi Fabian ono so ni din ababeta ho enti sa coach si amabobo omudin coach Maso Kunedu coach Parkwesi Fabian CK Akuno onu hwan na locally Asante Kotoko obetumi ababe so mantle no mu na watumi aboa of course say wo ba coach Zito enko Zito se Kotoko enye coach at the end of the season ono eba be the technical director e de ama club ye Kumase Asante Kotoko into obehwe the senior team and then the junior team etumi aboa ema team no so ne body bon so etumi akonkan enti eno so eno no de besimu bia no kakra ye de mu details ni nyina ebebram ewo YouTube na won so etumi aseno so mame fa we emfantu je ebeka last season Asante Kotoko players are omo afa wo mu nyina wo ma eje omo kwan nyina very quick in fact your ball league ni we do 1 week and a players say eje omo kwan nyina ekoye this season players bia esese Kotoko eja no kwan ebia no mpenifo beye ne dwuma no quick omo de bibia betoto na kwan mu as we speak kono company 4% ye wie league no ansa players a so mu je omo kwan no omo ne omo nyina so edi nkomo na omo je omo kwan akọ na fei new recruitment no so etumi ahyase enti tam kuchu hade exclusives ni nyina beba players ben na beko players hwan no na eba Kotoko want to recruit the best because they say America so mona ba ko esi Africa eso mutumi ebo nti wo ko Africa so dia esa wo boa wo ho na wonya players a mbode mbono mudwumedie ni nyina so no ekọ anim yie pa enti Asante Kotoko ntwumedie ne nsam no de ahia ana yede exclusives ni nyina enso obetumi e de abro trust us na yemfa dwumedie ni nyina so entumi enfam demum abrante ba ko a ono no yebetumi aka say Asante Kotoko dwumedie mu no omone no entem enkwanta no ya tapaya ne sa omo atwitwa bibia mu Kotoko ene abrante no ba ye no woni ne ntoa so nya dwuma bio abrante Akwasi Asante ba ye no wambo match ba akokra wo ba senka Asante Kotoko dwumedie no wo ba behye mu kena ebra na Asante Kotoko nu say wo Simba hafi ahodum nyina ne bode bono na wo fam ana se buru nya bi entumi bo Asante Kotoko nim say nka obafie a obetumi aba restructure nyoma aboa ma Asante Kotoko team no ne dwumedie nso etumi akọ nanim enei left back na wo ba ho no kra no odumi nwura mu team no mu first 18 kra no eho ensem kan ye den dia ma brante no pa nti ono no de Asante Kotoko eno na awie compensation everything team no eno na awie nti tinton time abrante a ne den ne Akwasi Asante se wokọ AJ Sports Complex na se wehu Akwasi Asante Kotoko dwumedie bia mu se wehu Akwasi Asante a na abrante Akwasi Asante ene Asante Kotoko enso atonkwanta apai me can say stories no nka me yen kakra bi tew na ma me fa we emfanto so na players no medical aka say bi beko e bi beba na of course wa wo ko stadium a wo say players ni bi o hono ma mo body mbo no enye performance a de ko Africa na ma me fa 4 players we ho nsem kakra emfa ma Kotoko beto striker that is confirmed here on Porcupine Stand Kotoko benya striker na so mo she team no mu kenaye omo wo forward a omo body mbo no so far e wo form until ye hwe wono mo to the end of the season abrante say Minta former Adriana striker no ana fe abrante de ne enso ye kwampoku ne de ono de guso kwampoku story ho ma me de no so bebre wo na ye hu de no so etumi ekoso ana fe Elvis Che Bafo awuche ene abrante ane de ene Eduku saf 3 players amabo omudin Minta Eduku ene awuche ebi beko na fe nya strikers a Kotoko betumi etumi depend on them na etumi akọ esansa me ne wo kasa ya ma minti we hu fama o se kwampoku ofa bi ne nam framam kwampoku ofa bi ne nam framam enti ye di akire tofom pe ye de ne nyina so ebetumi edi abrawo abrante Wisdom Basi omonaija ono de abrante ne nansan wo bo coach Zito bae no onya chance bia supporters na energy ne ho a na ono no de no enye on the field performance akwa say you know suban sam kakra in fact say coach Ogum and I wo say ya and I can tell you say abrante Basi nka woko ka wo kuma se kra nka team no won kan ho bi next season nso ono so no ne din no akwa on and off kakra ewo hodom nti these are players are omo ho ekeka we ye part 1 part 2 beba na fi players bia nso Kotoko bedi hu nkomo kra so mekoto no so ebetumi e de abrawo na wohu de no so ekoso nti we eye kakra eno nso efri krobia kumase Asante Kotoko a ye de ema o
ayi say CBSA a man for the about someone per coaching.
With regards to coaching,
no. But Kamia say they want to finish the league with Zito.
Oh, and they no, send that's the plan. But we league now, and
any coach be
because
I don't know so much of
of course.
I don't know as a board and I buy myself.
Board the end is here, you know.
It's on hold.
Yes.
I don't know. I can't tell now.
Because about be doing Oba series of meetings will take place.
In his absence, the meeting because one
meetings across was office power. Yeah, until we kakaka or be
Ethiopia, you know, be a TD danger man.
Tama, massive discontent in Egypt as the Pizza Boys crash out of the ongoing under-20 AFCON. Boys go hungry and no per diem. The European boys leaves today. Tama, information I pick no HSA before Egypt papa. Boys no bu afu ye papa. Almost per diem ama. A day to the match, Pizza na ema mu di ye, ema mu ko match no. Send am penfo treaty o mo ho no. Omo bo nyoso. Na omo ko bobo Europe ndi tama. Omo bo fu papa. Unim say for 4 consecutive times Ghana mix under 20 World Cup yentimi nkobi. Nti we kan ho a 4th timer after 2015 New Zealand no ye koye no ano no. Ghana yentimi qualify game. Eno so ema de wontu kakra etimi aba wo hono mo nti eno so ye de ekosoro no ye ba na ya behwe hono mo so kakra e de hono tama MTN FA Cup committee angry with Chelsea for refusing to paste MTN sticker in front of their jersey. Meanwhile, Kotoko posted their own and the supporters are wondering if MTN is coming as the new sponsor. Taranti said, "We are any Nano Kosiada FA Cup semi-final now." But Omu Sike wum.
Mamu.
Omu question will be say.
Mamu question.
Supporters no, Kotoko supporters in the question will be say.
So I didn't be why now. But like you. Any errors from that.
Who say?
Adia Hari and
not the pen another day now. The boom.
And the semi-final is a special case.
Chelsea, Chelsea are the Oman farm. Chelsea and Pidia Mom. Chelsea just in a show.
But so headline on both for Chelsea for. So which means that Chelsea was supposed to do and no man. In Japan and supporters are good question.
There be sent so and say they are back to side no so supporters in the omu ye no. No say hey,
I have more questions.
Na den na ye bo yehu ya afede hu ya say pam eni na sika say na wo mu a afede ye ton wo mu.
Sika say na odi mu.
Wo mu say Kotoko sika say na mu nya free mu.
Every day.
Say omo dey mo yi na bo ho no mo no.
As some of the sponsors of the competition.
No more Mr. Matari.
Oh, sir, these jerseys are specially made for
Pepsi Henneken Champions League headline sponsors. Now, as Real Madrid quarter final.
Oh, it depends on the arrangement.
But it's not done anywhere.
It depends on the arrangement.
It's not done anywhere.
No. And you have anywhere. You go with your terms. I want you to wear, especially when you move the daho. What they are so they are competing brands. Go now.
High sense a huge sums of money to us. Now they all the MT are better than
High sense
MT are more clearer than Kotoko High sense. What they really High sense
we are bush market
and MT no.
It depends on the terms and the discussion.
You do better say.
This is America say.
What them we don't know na ya better say.
See news from the.
They would better say.
What high sense there Kotoko sponsor.
Oh my headline sponsor.
And you bono mom do ho.
Yeah, I'm your headline sponsor of the club.
That one be the who's so move. So
no, high sense that's what. High sense that's.
Well, you know that for a fact. High sense so.
Omu yusu ntia that.
Okay, so omu yusu no. What's it? Omu that this.
What you want to say? Just said the opposite already. Justices are justices. You cannot remove your major and main sponsor from your set. Now up it will be there. And they are not know what you do them over there.
And a question.
High sense.
I'm the MTN.
So let me tell you, the MTN looks more clearer than the high sense.
Usually not embossed in my jersey. To me, come here, there be high sense in any hole.
The FA Cup.
FA Cup.
Clarification.
Almost all the teams never FA Cup. Omom the boom. From there 7 years
from semi-final.
There be even sometimes from the beginning of the competition.
This season I didn't see you.
But from the beginning of the season, but was the first not MTN.
I think somebody should be able to
MTN sponsor Kotoko.
That will be clear.
Is it teams in Bechichi? We go to one.
Now, give you an example of the Champions League. Who's there? A headline, like they have a lot of sponsorships. They are not like a normal. Minimum how to put it. Who's the way you know? My say MTN the headline. They are the year of the competition, and the arrangement of my year. And I'm just what can I say? Team be about competition Libya. You have to put their logo on it for that competition. That's the arrangement that they've done.
The discussion is not my head confused because you see, then never mama Eddie Obi me just here when I have my headlines. So usually the kind of money my headline sponsor gives me, because boss our competition, I'm just winning even 10% of it. Now, you are not covered. Binam do so have a boa account. That means move for let's make us we need some explanation.
The competition be on them. For instance, Champions League, me say you cannot use an oil production company or what have you take a special time and not total on meaning say na Sunday.
They are the headlines for
me. I say Kotoko other teams ne kwa even the kind of sponsorships about on third you too you have to take it out to participate in that competition. Now FA Cup there, and I know emphatically say FA Cup from there 7 years ago. Oh bar you to be bono. Normal the stickers number. So for ball on third account. You out me why.
So before you start,
but normally
yes, you should agree.
Say but normally
now
that
no
time
sponsor na kokasa. So my sponsor tells me that look, I'll not agree.
Then that becomes one year. But once a pass no. Now MTN wo Kotoko no dada. Then ti am that issue na mbada. But now best steady MTN was not sponsoring Hearts. But now Hearts a boy FA Cup enable. People have to be a man for baby.
I
before all the Confederation Cup the Champions League now can. Say more ball preliminary stage now. You have been allowed to use the sponsors no way you are. More enter group stage in the
coverage
coverage in one way. Because whilst clubs in Metia say sikana woman no. Sikana so. It is ABM to oil company be. Na CAF so oil company be. It omun team be competitors are. ABM real group stage CAF qualification come out $200,000. But we be a problem was sikasa na MTN dey makotoko.
Because they trouble ni mu musam.
Sikasa na mo dey ma omo.
Na the position of high sense so ye.
Because if Chelsea they decided to move from Buma. And the reasons I made to say Chelsea the man, I didn't think there's a Kotoko here.
Chelsea I know.
Chelsea and family.
Reasons nothing.
Oh. How much competition is Kevin and Shadden himself?
Ela Kotoko here.
Ela Kotoko here.
And I say open say MTN. MTN
fine. But me say Asemi aye ken. The organizers of the MTN FA Cup and the FA. And the bayan say your mumra. Nti ebi akotoko. So accept it and aso mo because they competition them. But baby a problem no way say. Sika say no mo dey ma omo.
When we saw omo ambushi omo dey ma omo the morning of the day of the month.
No me use words.
Ewa ho dem you
omo ambujo no go so mo kon
obi anim dada o
ade awon president who rest you wait mama bibi anom say ambushi go rem why you onya ade awon nya de o jaki to the way number mo me nti
Skase no mo de no na mizutu ehia.
That's what Mariama.
Money has never been the issue.
Kotoko money making machine o. It would mean time for that. The season man now fear na dem tia kwakobo.
We need to understand.
Say competition nimra.
Competition nimra Kotoko should make money out of it.
Say they are making money.
Competition nimra. Kotoko should make money out of it.
If you win the
competition nimra na atam dia Kotoko. Na if Kotoko decide not to play the
go and check
FA Cup wait
the same FA Cup.
Mr. Toka Assembly.
Omoji FA Cup.
I feel na margin Abason say about the high sense issue. Team bia or hairline sponsor a functionable bia. MTN no. Omo yusumpa.
Ya be ko ba fu.
You know the bia.
Baby anybody asem nko. Menim de high sense.
Na wa asem na de ba no.
Ya be ko bonche baby.
Ya wa asem na de ba no. Susu man ntu be say o kire say Kotoko ne high sense ne bo kwa.
Ebi asem bi ho.
No na botire o so be so
na sabe a me interest
no sa na say o be so o kire o
so this can see answer we high sense so
we come dey minim say
be a high sense
high sense e da so
ebi asem bi ho
e da so sponsor Kotoko omo contract no mo extend here no say if some babo ya may it was for 3 seasons.
Yes,
you to say if it's 3 seasons there I'm not sure Kotoko the high sense babo mo just him from the first day of season start here till Sunday game no ko be wa bra omunya benefit bia which will not happen.
Okay, very well, no problem. No problem.
Yeah, why we look for how many others are kids so I went to
no to say it also is part of the rules of the competition. For instance, the so-called Champions League and the CAF Confederations Cup go to sometimes
if for Bessie that time under Dr. Cheno Mobo Dr. Chebo Champions.
Yes.
That is what I'm so Goyle near doing
competition there on the mra. Even the kind of logos are the senses to make I said many George Abuako. He ordered awareness. Now awareness for the Kotoko flags at your stadium Asia. I'm taking in out. Even to the extent to say, I'm catch them say, ooh, baba, on say post no is on. Amount for the back billboards and getting bobo posts of certain companies. There was even an order said either they cover it or they try as much as possible. Said none of the cameras ever capture no stadium. Even the number of pitch panels that you use venue on it is even designed. It's a competition on the mirror. That is the bottom line. It's so hard to whether the person is giving you a penny or not. That is a different topic altogether. But the man here say, Udu ha, you use the logo of MTN. I know for sure. Even hard to folk on MTN sponsor. Or mobile final, they put it in there. But not the name for Kotoko issue name money say. Kotoko already had that MTN sponsorship. But steady since 2017. Kotoko called the final of the FA Cup or even the semi. It was steady and maybe early stages in the partner you Kotoko free. But stage in a semi to final now. You better catch up with TV so there. You are supposed to put it there.
What is the difference between the Champions League now? Champions League, go see the competitor. It is a oil company.
Even they sometimes even tell the kind of sponsors don't go
agreed. And we share the weight of the competition. And if the value of the competition and what the competition brings us. At least but MTN FA Cup the 1,500 credits.
What they call Africa? The 1,500. What they call Africa? As 1,500.
Oh, no more Mama Africa.
There you.
Oh, Mama Africa.
There you. They call Africa. So if you are telling me, say the competition don't have.
Sunday final new your boy. Sorry, your boy MTN Africa final new year. Now go big get check out of what. I did benefit from money. 1,000 Ghana and 500 credits.
Tama. My next target is.
My send me a question. Like you told me, I'm wanting.
My next target is Togo himself. If the MD Delale Uncle Adiami still stays on as MD and allow Elijah Kabi to play his role, I will storm Togo's office.
There's only Elijah Kabi in the role again.
Or see, you call pretty much Elijah Neko. Press conference Elijah Neko.
I pretty much chief executive for that.
MD no or that team na no almost anything is no go be so bia se ana ma go be sa no the next time bia no ye go team wa because mama na me say MD no onye ne djuma enti na me say be bia me gina na me gina sa list na me de buy na o say house for yi amo e say you pay me for no onye yi ano
and also no until but NCC for no say they are with him just that the timing of the protest no and I would disagree with him until
how many they are with him
NCC for no
they are with Lazio no
almost in the one they come support bibia way bia almost support the only thing they say timing no na omo ne nya adwen almost bibia the way bia no the NCC are with him. Okay. The only thing they disagree with him is timing, no penna.
But also, you ever go back to that issue? But Obed, I think that clubs needs commercial managers and people who really understand this business of sponsorship. Mama example be that whilst MTN insists for boom or semi-final they give you something around 5,000 cities. 5,000 cities, 3,000 cash and 2,000 credit. So you have a sponsorship of a sponsorship of you are getting some input here. 1 million Ghana cedi a year from Hisense. 1 million Ghana cedi from another sponsor. Then somebody says that look, let me pay you 3,000 cash and put it alongside the one who's paying 1 million. So if you are not a business or a marketing person, you may be membership is a trick, but you wait to convince you more excited. But we are sponsors near the arsenal. And even at that stage, if you want me to stop the competition, I'll stop. But they make follow.
The money, but
they have to look at it again.
Let me state the rules of the competition.
So, okay, so more FA Cup now at the end of the year.
So for Africa.
Huh? Now Africa, yeah, Kotoko here then. Africa, no, but we are going to Africa for what?
For money. And for South Africa, you want the trophy.
It's business, oh.
Too.
The
point is that I was stating the
you are telling us
sanity. As to whether you agree or not is a different issue altogether. The agreement aspect, whether it's right, is a
different issue. So I'm even talking about the clubs.
Good.
Clubs now more FA Cup. You go for meetings before this competition starts. Now I could meet in a catch or say, if you are a new sponsor. By man said Kotoko, if you have a 1 million sponsorship deal with Hisense, now Hisense but when you have be penny. Now we have 3,000 cities. Never know two will be on a big occasion like this.
How do you picture?
So the competition now more.
I think the main sponsor.
There be one more. Some of the agents, I'm the some are colors and I don't know more design. So probably we are asking for answers in my idea, but also my inyanti say kakra. Now omo clubs they start demanding for what is rightfully theirs. I say Omega say Oko Africa. Oba Abeko Africa. So what means Africa and Intina you still on the way to Africa. 3,000 cities. No, I think they need commercial managers. I'm answer. Yes, where there.
And I wonder
Charlie, when you go to this year, for 90 minutes. Assuming the TV stations and others were a big deal.
Another issue about say, as a competition never start here. If no one share any regulations or rules govern the competition to the clubs. Yes.
And that's why you beat me jai midway, no for them.
And the emphasis is on the baby agent says here, empty and for no better just in anymore. If you have started competition, na one famra mzutu edebo competition ama ye nyina ya ante oh yes you can be anchiro mo me see FA Cup no emra na edebo Premier League no na edebo
there be your FA Cup rules
sir
your rules so here oh the clubs are when you know
na first sponsorship ni na nyina abra me de ho ne hia me
omo
I wom
a research of
there be a woman say
is it a my head of research omo so
me dey any say me too sir ye born na ye born no it's not like once the OS and the call Champions League Confederation Cup you are moving to a bigger competition they say Champions League me too your clubs are at that level they are bigger than Kotoko and they accepted but MTN FA Cup there na Kotoko to yen ha na the MTN bebo ni jesi ni next ka wanya kwa mitutu one game ba ko mo bo 50,000 Ghana no matter say
Tawa Kotoko IMC succumb to the pressures of the supporters. No more foreign coach.
Senior role.
As the new technical team takes shape. Zito, technical director. Maswakuledu, head coach. Prince, assistant. Hamza Obeng, second assistant.
But to be fair to them, Andre a team na epe coach Kotoko, and that team is headed by Kosiapia. Kosiapia they've not had meetings. I'm receive CVs. A lot of them from foreign local. I've been but for also some trust and say, looking at the CVs, Maxwell is on top. But say, I just did some check. Now I'm Jones and me didn't tell me can ye. Say, Momentum, who's a Biana over who's the CV who are held to the way more dear. I mean, the culture of the club, experience with the league. But I'm saying, there are Ghanaians. Almost interested in the job, almost sending them CVs.
Coaches.
But they are coaches.
No problem.
There are a lot of people Ghana so could be their team any idea. But some announce will be their man and announce will be whether they will be lady by your estimation.
Come on.
But they are worried with especially who go DPM.
Oh, sir.
Say man no go for Dubai. And the hey buy. And then what's I go for Masolaba. And just say oh no money in home.
Tama. Ode my farmers so there no any bati. Say Broni there supporters na catch penny for say Broni don't want to
me give the type of supporters ya we interview almost Broni supporters here for because Broni who are Ghana ha who nim Kotoko history no ye Broni obu German Broni bi enu ha who ba Kotoko wa disappoint here da
and the move German
Razumde
open German
what they say Porterfield
English.
And who is telling you
and the
Brody Papa by Herbert buyer or this time German bro for no buyer. Men, don't I coach for the job crash will be a we job before me job crash will be I don't believe I will to me. Ya say can trana
Tirana Broni mu de never be kwa own view.
What you say? Yape. Obe take good decision. And no man so may influence no. Who ba obebo, who ba obetna nche. Medin of buy near no air.
Broni ya no mu boss odin.
Say Herbert Bresso. Na say Ghana Herbert Bresso ye $7,000 US. Sabre no efa Broni a. I didn't know this time. You
did about 20,000.
Now, who just went to compare at that time of Herbert Venture, Herbert Venture, Herbert. Papa buy a backo. Dolly Papa buy or Mobacco. Tim Nijan and Nassau on Bacco. Say, Tim no bono. And next, say, Borom Cobono, Cape Coast, a tapano. Or continue.
Never bring a boy.
Never bring once a while. Now, Mata Broni, Dito.
The one that's a technical director.
1 year or check today.
Or a technical director.
Idea why and why I dear, Menka so I dear. Dito I dear. But me to me. Yenya German broni no so o hwe tim na ma ye ne enye bi ni
so otoado mo type
otoado no me yom toto papa so oga papa peti ga ko no do mo iko tiko
no training na Germany o
enti dey abi before dey enye papa
no be na time I wu ye tintina
ade na be
abi before dey
papa no be ti ko tiko oba ya wu no be why ya dey tiga ko no why kai ya prepare si wa na be
sini assembly be sini ambaza assembly wa utresan okay bibi ni adwene nye papa dia misro enu dia misro
na wo ke papa bro ni o ti sa me ni me compare o be bi ti mi me ya ka bro ni o Nyakopan ye almost special wo ye den Nyakopan ye da prepare bro ni o yo wo ko ko bro ni
o ga la diguza ade we do si bro ni si be
ye me no
yeah baby you for adwene there o se ka atwe
ba mi ye we yeah I mean for we now
Sweeping terminations hit Kotoko. 4 players' contract to be terminated. Ebuku, Kwampoku,
Kwampoku,
and Justice Bay.
Kwampoku's
contract.
See now you back for you this way there. I say way there. Justice Blake. Kwampoku. Na dia say ma again. Anope na bi ba. O de mute uni we here there na so sorry to there.
Justice Blake then there after Kakada ho Kwampoku dia can confirm to you. I can confirm to you. And the process of card is already terminated. Kwesi Asante. Makelu. Kwesi Asante. On need them.
The next coach for Asante Kotoko. Zito is part of the committee because as a technical director, he is part of the committee now. Yes, SHE, the next coach of Kotoko. Now, Jemini Pan say, as we see today, dear, Asembia Obia Akabiano, more of a the personal opinion. Ebi amina kaminya we ya nkamepe. Minya we am pe. But as a committee
John I yenye kwekwani JB a former MD of Accra to folk na yeni nkomo be meet me sebi na yenko sina na oho ya there. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, now oh yeah, boko there. Good. Ya no man so na ya ton kan we dey ya nyom na be 5 minutes bi na na no na otesa branch bi. Ye fe na Lazio na what see ha secretariat to office ma MD nya adwuma na MD not one resign. What's now office order? Adiana ebema obienya akukodua wura a big office like that of the MD say supporters say the adwuma ye now momo de adwuma no ngofo na ye ma. What do you think could account for this?
Okay. We were set for one stopping the manager has shown in our enemy pandit name. Yes, that is one more studio. Anyway. Okay. Videos and you finish it and your country that's going to.
I never. Let's manage.
Listen to the comments now, the statements now, you know, and the reaction and the singing, you know. In that aspect, you know, so the question now is then a quite broad subject in regards to internal management information being leaking out, right? Because the more example, the internal staff have to know, and the board will also know. And the board will take an action, say, oh, the employer asimasi on management, and I need you manage so you need, and I target the man until me achieve it. Therefore, me per se you need, and I say you per se the contract me back end I am renewal. Anyway, internal, but for a fund, it got to that extent that the question is on your information then only say it happen with God no matter all making claims say the pack iodine and then the external fund supporter of the council, it is your responsibility. Wrong. So see, just as many you know, and you're correct. I've also, when I was there, I also experienced the same thing. Say, when inside a training key, I managed to get the new training keys arrived. And check when I'm resign, but if it's South Africa, they arrived here. But I say, those things need now the back, but explain and you know, and then I'll be to my conversation. With the or raising questions on the external factors are all now they are making that can say, one say, the Kai pass and man using experience. They are pointing out there was big issue with the fans and then the board, and then the technical team and then the board, right? Into as a insulin basa, you have to stabilize it. Into you are pointing and check on the appointed winning coach, so. And the other minute appointing now be so. The education said no, the only way I support a little general win. Into the training say the first records now. The first 5 matches there was no news. Your boy I say we need 3 games and your boy draw back home, you know, and I'm saying now in Sweden is stable cry. After World Cup, you know, then you start reaching the fans because they are the consumers. Almost consumers almost top products, you know. Now you can tell them more about what you are doing, about the club and where we are going. More you keep them informed, they will be calm. But one keeping informed, I'll bet to me I get rumors. And the normal guy will reason Osha, not a factors are or no reason say, oh, who are parking as well, and yet good.
So I mean, is that a suggestion, sir, Mr. JB? There is a gap there between probably the office of the MD management and then the supporters. They don't have enough briefing. That's why this could happen.
I feel say there might be communication or informing fans. Also this time because of social media, you need to always keep your fans. It's like I say, football. Me use example. We use a big Shatawali. It's always engaging with fan base. Did you interactive or show me the same principles you have to a football club now. They apply mostly everywhere football. And this is and I say it is they apply animal. It's not always Sata is always relevant. Me use as an example, me use music America. Yeah. But the same thing they happen in football. They use certain principles in marketing and communication, getting people involved.
As a general manager then, yes. Were you doing this briefing? Were you really in charge of communication, managing the supporters and all that?
Okay. Remember example, maybe once in a year behind the scene, so it didn't come out. Once a year out, but Obina or Akashpo Stadium, the catcher say, we had the match, Nanajidi, our partner. So, me ba me say me shorts, me dress it, me say normal casual wear. Now me yes say or parimo actually banners no on time. We are in Ejuma yi. I was on going on because me name GMpo. And we need you now. Now I want me tie me now buka mu dadao. Into me we are now community a shower in coffee. Now my dress up a pack so within a few seconds you my dress executive have not be at you. Because that Ejuma is soon. The demand you must work with a fixed hand.
Okay, so again, sorry, Jose, I want to find out this one too, so that we will be on track. Supporters did this, and it has been there since your time, that there are some individuals who are rather playing the role that's supposed to be played by either the general manager or the MD, and that those people, because Abranti and kind say, I'm sure you might have encountered the same problem when you were there. Where Jama assume a senior or maintain and you are not in charge. What is accounting for that perception, if indeed it is?
Okay, I'll go. Then again, I'll go with an example, right? You are pointing me. You sure say I'm keeping the ball informed. I'm doing my work. Into one yes and you are also trying to respond to anything from the media. No, I'm powerful. You know, I'm powerful. Is it? Yeah, I'm powerful. Yeah. The NSA boss, no. All you need to know, a board member was there, right? But I'm not going to know her. They will raise questions. And I also experience the same thing. Me, your boy, what can I call World Cup? No, your boy, when you call World Cup, no. You should World Cup by and call London for a quick family visit. Without your presence, no, ma odote taking in charge. One or two things, me man. Me buy now, you hand over, and me take you over, right? So those things can happen, but internal things, and support what member be ni engagement or media. But for me, say they na akwe ejuma on different missions. They are 20 board members, so all representing no. You understand? That is where miscommunication is there. You can inform your fans. Means some in the stadium. You don't say, hey, I don't know. You say, no, don't do that. Football with classes. So what they do, or you're very popular stadium, or I don't know, you need tools and anything. Or by them telling me the class, and I mean my class, and the class, and I mean to Regos man, I mean any ball, and I'm teaching the you said he was my best time. Okay. So
finally, let's find out this one. Better than a perception, every or although there can be, they don't allow people to work. It's like any time issues of as of crop up, omudin omubo odote akambi omem before nyajuma. How are we able to get rid of this perception? Fine.
Okay. Also, you generally say a lot of stigma. You understand? Stigma as a stigma there into say sakwa be as you know. What I say? Because I say me ejuma no do to be fair say me say be try and sit in the office a little bit. And I make catch me say ejuma that man no and you 3-in-1 job. Now 3-in-1 job no and also you must be a grassroots guy always on the field. Mantinia no they say gap there but into say Royal Highness bit Masuma. His Royal Highness bit Masuma say, oh, can you do this for me? Say he's also doing this there. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. But you must be on the ground and make sure say, oh yes, say only around that who are pointing out a board member for representing one. Take that awareness for your fans to know. So that they are board member also that public. I also say, oh, my GM is not there. Well, pointing say maybe you man. I'm there on behalf of the GM or not man. So in principle, no, you support. I mean, we say GM ni Juma. When you say they
So in all this, finally, Mr. JB, how would anybody bring in the board chairman? Has he helped? And I say Onoshiana or Kahuna and Komowe Koso? Probably. How would anybody mention his name as part of these problems?
Okay, no. Okay, question is broad, but men handle in a different in practical aspect, right? Meaning GM, and maybe be 100% wrong. And football is a team game. You can sometimes consult your board. Oh, sorry, board, but you see, idea my in your health kakawa, so they can step in and help you because they also have experience there. What I say. In Ghana, sometimes the candidates say, "Oh, Mr. Dutene, I can't be." They have experience. They may have so many experience there. In you can fall on them and pick it up and add it to yours and move on because football is a team game. At the same time, you always have to be one step ahead of the game. And yes, we slow down. Not to be say, "We are on your results." I know why you mother. Oh, only you mother. Obviously, I'm saying, did you must want to say the agent now watch it? And I said that did you must want to in person also what did you know you and then remember India government the Akoye. We can't say we are Kasami friend, Mr. Can become a me Jumano. Say, only you know one of the players immigration status no like work permit. And to me friend say in connection to me I follow up about me and
okay.
Oh, and to me engage in a team game, but also the stigma is almost saying your man, and we have to create more awareness about it because football no, a team game, and we have to be interactive, be distracted due to man, and then have to and I maybe be to be next year. Sometimes internal, a different case, and I external, so you don't
a different case. And then I think we may have to end here. Not at one common, so the discussion continues. But we will definitely come back to you now. Yeah, I said the name, and I think he's giving us some good points there. And trying to say, Zach, when I now dear Econ, the first thing we are doing for JB or there, Ben at JB. He seemed to be. I
know, sir. There's a committee set to look for the coach.
Okay.
They've not met as a committee. In the assembly of Yakabia and individual, I think, say the say, so they will thoroughly meet.
No, I'm not
challenging Benjamin, but what I know, which is for a fact, is that they've not met as a committee. They start meeting when question returns. And you know, individual will be on the preference. Say, yeah, no, a war for now. But so Musia, I think this year they've not met yet to decide as to the direction now or more ever corner. So, one for Lana Pastor American here now, boys and young people in 24 no James Bonacano. Boys and young people. You 20 boys now, or more qualified team. Or young people in 3 Bonacano. Oh, so I don't know.
Ghana Punyan, yeah, lose to come. Where's after the F for that? I'm young for the Tomaka. You see, this is a team that qualified the team to this competition. I'm qualified here. Lana put this week. I'm say 5 and I start say another game. But bench what will be Uncle Brampo. Just say, I'm qualified here. You call your Pomina. Yeah, just say, yeah, Pomina. These boys played very well. And what Chroma say against Senegal, no more. Then the coach, in the space of just short time, and you have to Bogesa or more Abocha, Mr. Omuntimi, Abocha, baby, number more. No, baby, number one, and you have to form a woman number. Okay, no, and I told you, no, Abocha, no, a foreign player in national to know on time.
And now, the walk on me, change to me. Tamino na maneko.
No,
I make a point to said the national team system.
Let them on the way. I see a good in non catching. It was okay, a chena. Keep on, no, Ofor was there. No SL count. Entry the cost of no cat team the ball. You know, a chena 3 were there. The Mufford, Mirina, the train Isa. And I feel Opo wasn't there, Boy wasn't there. Now, the only say, bench na or the qualifiers. Nobody was part of this team. What you mean, everything? As usual, business. So, we are boys in Etifia, or Bompaye, Yakuba Fiamuka.
Omunesa in fact some go show.
Now,
I do everything
national team.
How do you treat them this way for you to play for you?
The national team be found on the level or more under 12, 15, 17, 19, 20, 23 and the senior national team. So mo ko tournament e so mo carry along the spirit of the nation. E so mine soon tie o machi. Ade bia yesi wo ya under 17 ya under 20 recently. Omo ko tournament and the players ni si. Ghana for crane players no. The team here can was to ade be chia me aboy first game and the who your final squad including journalists. It's omani sunsum ni meeting nachi. If you am for under 20 ni say you move business, 17 you move business. Me to my memo example bi. Okay 1993, Australia 93. You ever final in Brazil. That time na Tego sisters.
You didn't
Sa no pa na your boss anyum.
You didn't.
Baby na before Ghana be they need your WhatsApp for you substitute. You could feel the spirit of the nation. Yes, you could feel the spirit of the nation. Men can say no na chinchin be me ashewu. But at least you feel the support of the nation. As under 20 bobo mizoto. And then even access to watch under 20 tournament game. Now you are sacrificing the nation's TV station, GTV. Near the Akomo Obiam to every and the viewership can intime go baby. At the end of the year, you must say, I'm sure my penny Mahamas or reset to my uncle reset this area and encounter. Okay. Every funny take advantage the Mizoto the Yenyo Maya and players a Domacobo tournament. Now you saw my creating number, Muslim Mundi who tell it, Namakoto Pizza and Amon. Adia Chianopa, Mizoto, Omokobo match and you may. You say to keep players, and I'm saying we move bear 1-2 and send a players did. Are they?
Tommy?
Yeah, Tama.
The over the man answer. Oh no,
okay. Go to FA Cup in common. Yeah. It looks like the aspect I will come about teams in demand the ball in here. But the principle is a bond between them. Pictures no floor. As I say, one room from semi Cornedia, where they are the Babu Atadi. Say, Ababa a year or what I say, Ababa to say a year will be santi. Ocheki dreams ne Kimfisa. You know, this dreams Kimfisa. And this Kimfisa against the Swatre. Good. I'm just explaining, and you see them say, Edene Wumi. This was, I think, 2 years ago. The semi-final and a boom. Then Nobaba Dreams can face a final the two or then last season Swatre and the Buffalo, you see it in there. And the aspect I can say the clubs will now have to these dreams time I dreams say but a FA Cup the final the two now who say a bomb on Tardium. So a more main sponsor but I see the other sponsor beneath it. And things say first so cry to normal false class or shorts no class and for boom count. Yes. Nay, both what time you know shows me, but I think they're moving forward. You know, the clubs no would have to.
The meeting say na me can say, and yet, a go. And your football for meeting. I say a commercial business for it.
With this last season, final no, or if you are termine a year buffalo, if you are termine for just in a who's them to two. I think say if you are clubs and they say or raise an objection. Moving forward, say be a good him say the money you give us, yes, you better see my boy at
that's right.
Should be higher than a year what you are giving us.
That's right.
Now on the coaching aspect, in the two, I said an hour can the club is far from selecting a person to lead them for next season. Based on the info, you said they are going to focus for now with Zito to end the season. And Zito even taking over is even part of the discussion on the team.
Now I don't know a member of that. It was a member of the team.
Yes, what can?
Maybe you shouldn't remember.
Last resort.
Now say no bongo for.
No, say last resort.
No, I'm saying that if he has
a last resort.
Maybe the was no boogie.
No, that's it. Zito being a member and last resort in the area, but and also on the players in the area. Send a danger kind of question the Omeri data, but the rest will be done immediately. Omuwe season now. There's Omuwe season the last season Omuwe Sunday, not Tuesday. Omuja players kwano. sana we no so be
Omza be jemi mgwan.
Ti se why be ja okwan right after say
thank you. Senior, we are now with Tommy for the Akani.
Ja okwan.
Me the American say Sunday your match. You need dreams. Tough. Wa pebo papa hwibia no. Sunday wo baba bayala. Obe hu ti say new Kotoko. Ye ni agro because he say no. Ye jina finance and ya boy wi. Nti they say league there no na ye be pre. Ye no to kwan bia say niema nka echi maye. Nti supporters no mfo an show mu tirim. Say ye be share dreams na ye share ye next matches no. Nti amanfo emra ye me support team no. Na ye win match no ya de ehia ye. Gate fees no ye 20 30 70. Dada no a ye ntum until say akwa Africa.
Okay.
And I support bia so pese akwa Africa. Na o pese akwa Africa na sorry na atifi na be booster score ya emwa. Ye meta boys na chi. Na ye nya African strut na ye nko. Ye konso a ho na Ghana for begi ye di. Kuma se ma begi ye di. Ehun se Kotoko yi team. Ye ho na ye pese ko ye bibi. Ama manfu. Nti mumra me support ye san.
Okay.
Na ye nche dreams.
That's it. That's the senior. No do ya.
Yeah.
Enche na Hearts no Kotoko Asia meeting. Na Mr. Tu meeting the list of things expected from the Ghana Football Association. Someone said by
after polling.
After polling.
Okay.
Kai almost say Enche. Ka send bi or more chama season abawi. Ti starting kick come home bi.
Season abawi is saying.
So some of the things need be suggest is a season e kwawi ya. You run next season and be expect FA so be na ehye. Ama clubs na di so. But also okay somebody 2 year nim say about the commercial aspect they will fight for a lot of revolution. You sure say this particular MTN issue no a perfect case study. Say 2 clubs no e mo many ko moving forward. Because we all know say ukujama other clubs na so they will have no kind of objection to it. Brokum Chelsea Golden Cakes Atram Divisi to almost sponsor Ben Omowa ebi omokwa kunya that huge conflict with their sponsor inti which kind Kotoko has joint letter nom the by there was an issue of a year kwanya be fa so ache TV right ni sikasem concerning the game no I think so benya another a year issue a omo mienu hia say no mo share bo say season de kwa wie ya they will perceive
TV is a bini no match.
We were talking about the commercial activities around the game and how they should get more and demands. And I'm see where is another example.
Okay.
Because they are money class at Dreams FC call semi-final not the MTN born anymore. I say anyhow. Because on the come be any panel they born anymore better. So the sponsor won't have much to talk about. But if it's Kotoko, if it's hard to folk, maybe I may have to go and justify our board members level for them to renew it at the end of the year. Into your we soon come discussion moving forward. Now, Yambo Kotoko for Nabaso on their step, but Abaso body of food if they are able to achieve it. Ya TB pay last year January TB on Richmond Lamte. Now Lamte 6 months, and a Lamte call Africa. And in yan so when you deal. The conversation was Sikania Tetia, a beke to heavy. So Kotoko, everyone lamte Atana. No what was Boba Kotoko. To some extent, Mukwala cry TV. Say Mukwala will even stay. But to a year season, that's our place me in now. On said, the hard journey said, on more I will pour more dear, so born more than ounce account. More on poor maybe I would do more quire, yeah, bo abaso. But more will pour more. But so they build a strong team to compete in Africa in the league. You need to keep them. No, I need a cafe the Kasari and to Mete Safuduku, and I want to trust him on that.
But we repeat you.
Yes, I repeat. I want to trust him on that because now you a different form of report on Freddy Kasari. But no Ukraine said if you keep him now 2 keepers are that they be each other, they iron sharpen irons. Kamara Otun Anisha bench now only a pure competitor. Otu a man said they will be in Pamu be an Obetanafako. So having Freddy Kasari, having Kamara will be very good for the club. Whether they will be able to keep the players.
Traditionally, Kotoko, that was our record now.
Yes.
Having 2-3 excellent goalkeepers at any point in time.
Yeah.
The work I said, when I Kotoko, Edward Dansa, Blast national team be a 2-3, Sampe, Abeka, Ayuma, until he has been consistent with the club.
Recently.
On the goalkeeper there, the two offer the Osro. Now the Otosum, you know.
Now, some talk back on there.
Oh, send a baby.
That's this one, sir.
Every position. No, offer the Oye, Mr. Two.
I want to get excellent goalkeepers and manage them.
It's quite difficult, especially goalkeepers.
That baby was say, baby, our competition is also. Oda FA Cup, Oda other cups, Oda Champions League. Yeah, over league. I say you can share it fairly.
Keeper, no, yeah. Keeper, they said the only Buffon the Casillas or one team. And you been there so good to go no. Tokane Besi.
So let's see how it will go. There are our positives. Positive me I say you have options. Negative me I say management of the players because one is the captain. And this is the goalkeeper recently no national team. So you will have to enjoy more playing time. Senior no say to what steady national team now. Position back ubetimi atoto nyoma yi ama when your national team call up your goalkeeping over the years. Local goalkeepers have more chance of making it to a national team than other positions. It's locally, if you are the best goalkeeper, normally you are now and you love to have that position. So ever send nyoma ebe kwama Kotoko. One time so two, and now me dim come and Saka and yes Kotoko penny for plans and yes season query I send them in the last season no omo mbeko no omo query ya no mo jo omo kwan na omo pese mo tu omo po omo no aye so fast omo aye ntem was mo tu last season ebra Kotoko ja players be kwan no there were some of the players no mama Kotoko they are wet by the end of the day no so tu what happened was that players ni bi o ha omo ja players no kwan but omo enye omo wow boy ati was an example. No ama ogum the word eduru on ogum enya no. So this time around no I think they want to work on the approach enya just where the pet I say drew a certain level.
That's the enya sa wholesale
be a 8 b
8 b
talking about 4
4 players
net team you we nom the 4 players na be kan
players ebe call the ebe bro 4
omom be kwa na
the omom ko
4
be 4 that's what I mean.
That's why I'm
tiffin one so you be
Mama Chelu
so dey fan me kan bi on the so ko
and the Baka for
by no so on the in the course of the season but when the season we are this year another thing
so another
right back
Joba na ntia be chego on go be
Ajiti obeko
kwa ba na ntia be chego no ko e
so go no ya fe omobi o
no be chego bi na ntia
omobi
asa na kan ya be
wa be chego na ntia
4 or 5 minutes ago
so obeko Jamana beko onya say
eno ye wo na wo beso om kwa na zuzu se om be kwa
na wo ti abusa just play question
Jamana na beso ko na team ne yi no
na say no ko
command yes on be so
no question because
captain for the right and left asembeba menya na ntie se player ba ko na
so mo mbeba mu so no so sa
e bi man be 7 but enye this last season
high profile 7
man be 7
omoye very disappointed in Ogum second round signings no
so
IMC no omoye very disappointed
anya Stryker si on balance
omo fan say
na say na nyo Ogum e omo
fan say ka susuru
say na omo nyina
then
no so steady as a players no form bebre 1.5 oh
seasons
1.5 into half ni bi atwa wi aka 1 year it is 1 year na bi omo hu say obi we ko to ebro 5
okay
ebro 5 say right left in the okko but to raise a question about and it was as you super another
I was always mentioning sourcing decisions
but
then
first let's teams let's advise them to give orientation to players on Ghana Premier League and then in the topic about GFA fine Emmanuel Arno for displaying religious on the jersey. Now people attach emotion to it. Say enye sem fata na den FIFA
enzem fata
say like I say it is say like it's excessive and boy why the only thing he did was to display I love Jesus and what
punishment is saying
500 Ghana mo fine no
500 Ghana
500 cities FIFA say the right is that we are saying we are seeing the papa kasia pa political and religious and the super because people attach a lot of emotions too much to such area, religion and politics. So FIFA realized that some NGOs and activists are using football because and be agitum basketball a country bina a ball league no I know pa volleyball rugby need and then no but football say I say it is widely accepted and some of on targeting football to be passing those messages. I don't say that be you can't use our football to bring another war. And you know, religious, political, we don't accept it in our way. Now, we have said so. More education say, find by and I'm to turn what try to do on Facebook. Say, why can football players celebrate LG but not the allow for Jesus and Romans 14:18 blah 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 blah. So the education the boy needs is that LGD and any religion, any political. And you know, they need to be educated. Now, mame, the regulations, Article 5 of the regulations born again fast. Slogans, statements, images, and advertising. Simple. Equipment must not have any political, religious, or personal slogans, statements, or images. Players must not reveal undergarments that show political, religious, personal slogans, statements, or images, or advertising other than the manufacturer's logo. Blah blah blah. Not all the aquacosi area. And you know, say LGD and you know which we are seeing now. No, a lot of asset. Be no engine to no. Any religion, Islam is a religion, Christianity is a religion, Hinduism, any day and day for a religion. Okay. And almost say sad any day. Yenjin too in our football. And took a mobile wakasu. No, 2013 now or AFCON be. And I know. Okay, I say your last group game one movie. Oko, so I love Allah is the greatest BB. Any man yellow card. And he was suspended for our last league game. And they should educate the boys to understand the loss of the game going forward now. A best stop all these things from happening. All right. So, MTN FA Cup regulations. I think the way 2020, it's 2021 or 2022 edition. Over Article 3 of MTN FA Cup regulations, to any name, logo, and images of the FA Cup and images of the trophy. The FA Cup shall be called Football Association Cup. The FA Cup shall be marketed under the title MTN FA Cup, the official title. Each club shall include the official title on all materials produced by or on behalf of it which relates to the FA Cup, including normal logos. If you read Article 3 of the MTN FA Cup regulations, say like logos, any sign you put it in your sign regulations. That is the first point we are establishing. Omoko takwano. I say the morning of the match day. I'm told say management no am say no endro ntem go duro morning of the Sunday. Na home match no padom go duro takwa. Nti omo wan na call ba say ya the logos abro omo say omo fantale omo Jesus ninim. So the MC question say how because omo so sponsors are away anymore. So they were back and forth discussion yan tiase be tiase. Emma finally Kotoko have to place a call to Hisense that Sunday morning. No, say the other to me omode mrasem but impromptu. I say omu how to ye think omu s and omu din komo if they think say they will allow them there then they go on. But I was Hisense no say na lawyer I'm told say their interest in terms Kotoko playing African very high because they think say Africa will give them better mileage than the Ghana Premier League, you know. They accept the Kotoko should use the logo. Then after they sit with them and solve the problem. Now I say this: I'm aware Kotoko in discussion with the MTN FA Cup committee and MTN for the final game, you know, which they are expecting something from them. And any more because now it is confirmed say any money there it is for high sense because they are paying big money. I say Kotoko financially their biggest contributor financially a high sense.
Supporters no gate.
Their biggest contributor a high sense for
no chance ni plan go stadium. Match day no.
Na match day ni person go stadium. Ni person go stadium.
Zach, we will look at it again. But the real issue is not what you are discussing. It's not the emramra.
No, some come and I want to be you. Now, baby, I'm you know. And I'm so they are negotiating with them. Say on my final match, no something I said because so. And I don't know. Sikasam, they are kind of them monetary
for one
for them. Say the thing said.
And do you expect MTN to pay money?
That is another. And I mean, and even the and what I'm hearing, they say whatever will happen, but MTN will not be in anymore.
Maybe answer bosses here answer. Answer.
Say.
So when it comes to GF, any idea yamra. Kotoko fono. You be do much in the year. Ebe do hono. Say we are nenye. Sanzo mo bi an. No, who said who's the logo no? Enyen she because it's not here. E mo say for water dey nim. You just have to put it in your jersey. Nani I didn't know because anymore.
Until now na here no. But that is why we are
say enyen said why did they do that during the semi-final?
No, me like enshani you say church na odi bo eni.
And I don't want to go bon cheme.
That is why we are going say
enyen said na so more the guts not to do it next. Why did they do it this time?
You know the after na ye twoma yakwo say now even say oba use mpa you shouldn't let the MTN compete with your hashes no e front one no.
And the idea woman say when you are dealing with these corporate bodies.
Yeah.
Who place call man. On can just them impinion. But they will say we're reviewing the agreement. A whole number raising these issues.
Yeah.
Say, look, you are not professional enough. Because say, if indeed there's a space they have to put this thing, then they should go back to the GFA and look at the discussions again. No, and then can be at the boom. Ubenya be at 50,000 cities. I could be any asemo. But they are born because of 3,000 cities. Semi-finals, they are 3,000 cities.
Oh, 5,000 plus.
They are more 22,000. When we have a sponsorship of 1 million. And you do baby, and some of these meetings, you know, almost commercial managers now almost raise because you see, IMC, GF community, they will be thinking football and how to win. But according to the discussion, we could table no, it's not a couple. Always see name, logo,
and images of the FA Cup and images of the trophy. See how you do. Almost say the FA Cup shall be called the Football Association Cup. The FA Cup shall be marketed under the title MTN FA Cup, the official title. MTN FA Cup official title, or otherwise directed from time to time by the GFA. Underline here, MTN FA Cup official title. Each club shall include the official title on all materials produced by or on behalf of its which related to the FA Cup, including but not limited to tickets, programs, press releases, and scoreboard display. Where possible, shall be referred to official match title at least once over public address system operating on the day of each FA Cup match. Dudu, I say, Jesse. Jadena Kotoko Tama Yukobo Mujisi.
Sena, I'm so sorry.
Ah, I na Kotoko Tam MTN Kobo Mujisi. Say if you for a catcher almost say, I am Mara.
So here you don't blame the Kotoko rather.
Ah, me too. Emra ne mu na kire say em fa MTN kobo obu
your full so.
Eva. Even if I MTN say the official title for the competition MTN FA Cup. No MTN nko
o so mun do FA Cup nka.
Ah, me too.
Ana. And say this is any.
Eti ebia, never say Kotoko Jesse kra na, ebia nka na show the hakakra no. Na bia MTN FA Cup.
That's MTN.
But if you the MTN Kotoko Jesse anima, then MTN becomes a sponsor of the Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Major headline.
That is where the mistake is.
Headline.
It was some now can I no credit. It looks like omoko ya no mkwaka chia Kotoko for say yemra say sa na tia. And I Kotoko so say yemra dia ya dia tu. Where be man kan mra no. And now so Chelsea
they were in a hurry to beat Chelsea.
No.
Into one
game na ye bono Sunday no. Timer TV stations o mu twa ne ho ahwan ni nyina ate ko ye no. Afa be ka sky for nko na eyi no. Unu nipa no mo hwe. The eyeballs are na hwe game at that particular moment and people are money ko ball because we have visibility between Hisense and MTN. Hisense now trace kakesi yama Kotoko no. MTN is visible than Hisense.
Sorry, not the white taboo. No, it's already degree.
It is a mistake where the way then a mistake we. One kind the contract na wo ho. And who the NTR mizoto or mobile must be for MTN ko bom. It just every for na ko beat Kotoko. And Chelsea dey ya kan. Omotimi nya Chelsea hwe. Omotimi nya mo hwe. Na se Chelsea kura so wampene a. Ada na Kotoko na kopene. That is where na mizoto na me problem wo. We nya invitational tournament wo. Enye invitational tournament no aka say you invite your tournament bi na ye ko tournament ne ya maye sika bi it is kana dey amaye na company na amaye sika na as organizers of the omzi fa bibi nkobo
and just say na Kotoko Jesse
Kotoko Jesse
and no mo print we no gwan
and we ne kwam zoto on say specifications areas omo attach here whereby the official title who the MTN FA Cup na so they didn't even state Jesse omo kan Jesse asem
say the bebo Jesse any bro for them
enim eti dey na mzoto kono wo fokote sa dey we ase these are mistakes am mzoto
say Zaka and say final
say dey wo kano no mama accept it the title of the competition there it can be part of their just be omo show the whole baby MTN FA Cup be final
am found in cancel we Zaka say when you sit in any meeting obi a won interest omo finance people omo nkomo nyina sika sebo football for omo nkomo nyina ye point what I said that's why I think say those meetings somebody the one as a lawyer for a dinkomo contract the own
yes
no guys say signature na dey assembly brew so you need a business person marketing those people so say look I do a committee say me go review any Hisense they will refer so at the end am we no mo kai say at the point where we're going to get eyeballs adan mo do be kan ho enti mo convince the Chelsea and renew because next time mo be say akoyi so you have to insist mo asem nye din
enti won say back to asemaya na ye kan ha aya na man fufu so o kasa dodo me makasa about the structure of Kotoko management and it's a big problem to the club the size of the club and the size of the management to enko Kotoko kesiye any nipa run a club no enko because ye kan so it's what the info business coach kwesi apia who is a key figure in the management na na penka to say the okan ye so the target is to get Kotoko to Africa it is Sunday born no moko born wo itakwa no the one who nyina because supporters pressure ban say go Chelsea the commercial aspect of the game which Kotoko as a football club an avenue for them to also market their sponsors by using the MTN FA Cup platform no and no be about beteki yet ya yakasem zoto hwe o ma ye discuss wo mo ka ye ka Kotoko yi ka ye ka high sense na ka be benefit to Kotoko but we are discussing MTN and then MTN kura ba discussion him.
Okay.
But MTN enya benefit nobody is talking about high sense.
Right.
I think say zoto ye next season we dey awie. Nipa miensa nan no omuntre kakra. There should be a commercial person. There should be somebody leading Kotoko legal affairs and they say Safuduku Abento betia combine because that is Safuduku fraud. And a born I born mizoto eyesika and me makasa de way say ye po yempo at a point whether team no 2 for whether a team no 2 for dia say so this case my ye born abaso and yet there be an management be able 2 for this kabebo. At a point you expect the management so build the foundation in we are management near false near doba you need to generate money for the club. Yet there be an obusume so this kabetwa players ka and idea or build the foundation amamo say the be a club and be attractive and I say be do point be by your false say by management member of the club a do point be also ko pay skaba ayi has asem no so to Arahu you go on say offer Ghanaian club owners anyhow football any world business is being done and we are in the corporate world and can they end for the pa ayo hini to be can they end for the pa antika has den kese dem sonko because of baby o free bar and the business experience but it looks like every single decision be able to take has biano it becomes a problem to the club. And when they see start bisa questions she has here can once me has akwa America akwa for MD abawo and I'm away from McNoonan no $11,000 a month McNoonan and me am adwuma America McNoonan USA a whole free near the buy McNoonan and me anya has adwuma
Manchester ni
na ayi ne be has adwuma Manchester ni ne be has adwuma
so football there
it's a chance the problem na wo ho no voto
Manchester for him to America
cover the profile of cover the CV of McNoonan for McNoonan CV mizuto na fato na hwe McNoonan CV na fa compare mo ma fa wo mo no it is a say ni pa nyina ba no mo ntimi anya adwuma then ask you bisa questions. It might not be the personality.
But Obiasu may complain is that to go no. So
okay.
Obian complaining.
Oh, so more live in the corporate world no. So to a mab on team yes how.
And it will be very difficult for us to assume.
But yeah, and analyzing it there, we will ask questions. Say I don't know McNoonan CV for fair.
Say the okay, Obi to $11,000. Now $11,000 the month the Ghana president goes with me $11,000.
Because the Ghana president here, you can ask to fund the ministers. I'm occupy sectors, maybe. I'm occupy sectors, maybe. You have a by based on the structure. No, maybe your farm minister na is to be on so power. Oh, baby. No, so on so control minister, not president. Sana has the NIA, and that is the truth. Let's accept it. Your uncle Phoebe or Hasa is okay. And then they are more powerful than MD9 form. And it's becoming a problem for the club. Share and be can't see me. And it's true. Zoto, if you want the corporate world to take you serious, Shadia, time I has name a sequoia meeting. How many representatives has? And what were their positions in the club? Yeah, honey, the new media grow do.
Yo, I was a bit so I knew I'm in a bosom from you. Naming, no, any papa, on a moboa. Who bet me medi? So, we media, and no one solve a problem. Yen was a tenacity. Some introspection. Now, yen solve your problems. No, sacking me will not be enough.
Do you want to be public affairs? Obiatu kan raju kan wa gbiya no bi ko na. Those are four. In France, no be say what you are saying is a leak. The Ben Master Yanya, they say young Nazi to analyze, we take the decision, favor or not favor for somebody. I think that situation can review. No one, because the president doctor says, we are a the Ben Master. Would people to come tell the uncle 5 meters and half? Continue with the petrol bush, would you come mechanical? Or the shadow is not a picture. The same thing. So, of course, I always say with for that. And for football teams, now, every year they are commenting, they share it. They share news in that. They show me a fact, as I may have. You mean you can't say assembly and possible my people so only one the good story.
Okay, so also moving na meanwhile also supporters no you see tiadi can say the attitude of supporters plays a crucial role in helping clubs secure sponsorships. He stressed that passionate and united fan bases make clubs more attractive to potential sponsors. So he has urged supporters to rally behind the team, describing them as the lifeblood of the club. The supporters say, and your results, make sure you come to the stadium and support the team. Then we move on. Okay.
So anything here is the blood for the club. You support it. The energy, you support it. The amount of things. Popular, not sponsors, or your supporters' attitude. So you platform the technical team to the management team to a triangle. That triangle, energy benefit among that triangle I want. And your fans no more thinking management, plain body, technical team. One day you record. My supporters, already team Dinamuso. Muna move back. No sponsors nothing anya holding. The more holding the next time in Kotoko. The Bible Roma is out of folk. They always ask the fans who move to Aros. And difficult to my play rules controllable. What is it? That dear, do fourth cap. You will say half the cap. I'm the coach. The support is the bias. Not a young girl. For that matter, we are not in the course. Now, without the fans, to plan our own year.
Nana Jima coach ma visit FC wakasa wo captain coach na kasa o se Ghana ball ni tinkontingongo ti ye coach a untimi kura steady obi eno akọ o munyina so mo route 1 football kiki anom dimika kiki oh no o count the other go kasa
I think and you're competitive enough. Tactically, you get a lot of clubs just playing a route 1 type of football. You to make a tactical plan be a team very difficult to pick a club and study the club. So the European club, Chelsea with Fabasa, Sabasa style, how to map up strategy and in Ghana Premier League, most of the clubs they don't have that. It's very, very difficult to take a club and dissect down and make sure see so you call contact and say match na IFA most of the clubs no go to play. Even you see now say tactical but you say meeting team go from senior and say and the standard of play na abafem kakra as compared to those days they were in the Premier League. It's I'm thinking say your coaches no see to me.
Okay, two coaches no route 1 kick and run tingo oh yeah I say the standard of play is low and the league is not competitive. Nana Jima only Abuja for Nibia UK assembly omni can UK boys no the tactical plan go town aye na so ya no imagine opportunity say me say me sia baby ba wa pass no now nim number go use. Okay, and your friends are quiet. Kumasi asante Kotoko. Expressing interest in Ishmaelado and the and Kofi Adams, sports minister. say Black Satellite Squad no. Or say Domo Meteors with few additions. Abraya call 2028 Los Angeles Olympic Games. It's the way there. Captain, everywhere.
Some kind of advice and can you bad here because normally your team go tournament a bad you team no you how is a build team no near this band team you go tournament no by the coach and the FN must also be analyzed and then they arrive at maybe a best you could do and this is a very sad cause this is the coach I'm the two or no professor or best sack all the premier players at the local league no because of say week in week out on the league no matter and for that he thought that their players were not helping the cause. It was sacking all these players. Then came players Europa so some few days to the tournament. I don't know why. So what happens to that campaign and all calling on? What happened to it? Those players that he kept for that so long I expect some about match no about games at home what happens to them? You see, at any point in time, because of a tournament that will continue to Ghana, and at 20 only players who pick these players from clubs. But for you to say, because the Premier League has week in week out league matches, no, you have to what's a lie. Okay, what's a lie? Now do a campaign and officer, you can build a team on them. No, a do see a tournament. Now some few days to the tournament, they invite these players from Europe to come and play. Why those players that you kept were not given enough opportunity to play? So what kind of knowledge in the coach in here, you know? So in such situations, coach and somebody say catch, you know. Such coaches, no, as somebody say catch, you know, what decision you will take here. So these are some of the things that yes, I say him. Now you say if the F, you know, and so many people can say players that you invite them to buy, you know. Hey, players be I try them about tournament and push you for better or bigger contract. I don't call man. That is where my problem is. Well, I want to believe that. So if you look at this under 20 Kobo, say if the coach had given some of the players would deprive them the opportunity to go because of the Premier League teams no. Or salary no. If they were given the opportunity to go there, I want to believe that and can be better than because the Egyptian team any national team. And yet, team, what I say, Egypt only host nation. Now we are too good to the extent that not Ghana ain't to overcome them. But for the decisions they take here, and of course, so yes, your tournament, you expect to say after the tournament, at least you keep the core of the team so they prepare the next tournament ahead. Because from under 20, you can do it under 20, under 23. Anka any bad, but say if coach you better now. Such decisions I will take here. If you do high, and yeah, man, of course,
no decision. Sunday, my captain, from the point of the Football Association. On said the coach doesn't take decisions alone. So, say whether executive committee or say management,
yeah,
they agree. Yes, sir. Or no team pan penka say. What when
so my
I know. Decide.
Okay. Yeah, you are, but since he's in charge, you know, and I'm limited to that. But I agree with you. Do not make
coach.
I was adding them.
Nobody will allow him.
Okay. Yeah. So also going forward now, I think that such things must be looked at. Now you're making sure say prepare a team. The team must include every Ghanaian and mother ball. So it doesn't matter baby ball. It doesn't matter baby ball. Our local players have suffered too much. I'm free to we need to treat them well. Oh, so to house of folk ne Coach Watara and Semno. Me from my anger me free banner. I don't think Coach Watara are performing that bad. I am merited the kind of comment to be a house of folk supporters.
That's a one consistent with Watara.
Oh, because I've been here. They be a animal. They be a animal.
I say me, but I'm sure Zach Samobekaya. Obebo Watara Basubi pa. Emma another time bi am the match bi anko yi kura Emma obeka so am ka say no na say Watara oya ade na ka say we dey bia ono a ana me na me nka
ene wa am chiro mo because yana mo hai ene wa
Samson yana mo hai
unti twen
o me ka say Watara father
unya sure what's no ka unya sure me say coach Watara me say coach Watara from house of Ogolo mu free ba at least the last 2-3 years he's done better than any coach on Fano from where House of Folk free ba because they've been struggling for relegation all these years. But Watara, or no buy, you know, and as it stands now, House of Folk is not thinking about relegation. For that, he's done well. But he's not the coach that House of Folk bet me using the league. So going forward, no, either House of Folk will bring the younger ones, maybe Abba, now Watara a promotion to the technical director. Now we are not about that. Media, me stand not me feel that Watara was not doing well, but the board now has convinced me. Said they've seen something Watara and there are things that with the oil and never
first one. And
you know, if I want to.
Be match be ma. I'm saying,
maybe one of me or by the was where I do.
Watara feel on your
now, me not sure I've ever said this.
And
I'll put it to be able to say if more that date no that record no move from bra. But we consider as far as Watara.
Recording there be obi kai bibi sa won na go date recording there one no date recording obi anyway
so
okay
House of Folk as it stands now we will do and I say we can maintain it baby House of Folk team no the board on direction go I think say the supporters no a distance apart and that is what bringing what is going on now. Because if you bear with me, say all these years House of Folk has struggled. Say nay, if House of Folk is not thinking of relegation or the threat of House of Folk local relegation, because it means he say the team will have a move from one place to another. House of Folk team no, and they are preparing a team. If you look at how Watara, the kind of players who put it together, they are preparing a team, and I want to believe he say. If the management is either say the board and the management no, or income and take the supporters, and other supporters they decide to say they are adamant, they don't care. They more can be if it's a house at any point in the league. You see the point? Forgetting say
that's a big club.
It's a big club.
Relegation that's not where they belong.
But they
been a dome
for 3 seasons. Continuous.
By no honor.
Free relegation that's from Koji League.
At the point now they were in contention.
Of course, until it's almost trending. That's what the best. What's going on?
Yeah, almost through. You know, no more.
What they say? No, winning the league, no crossing back. When they say that you are not there, you are not there. It will take some time. That's why I make us say, over the quality of players, the maturity of your players come into play, and all these things. M1 has to folk. But I still believe, say, going forward. Maybe I want to say, you know, the managing director, no. I also intensify the Juma. I also engage the supporters, no. I also making sure say, or the supporters in line with the board, no.
The coach can also do that.
Yes, when you talk to coach in the other kind, I'm the kind of or Mompeno. A session of the supporters on Mompeno, you know. The Rebecca and Koye, Emma, one month. Well, and they say until this guy, no. But I think the House of Folk family, need to do a lot of education to our supporters. The supporters, I want to believe, they are demanding too much. Almost demand at this point in time, no, it's too much. They should understand and appreciate where they are coming from. House of Folk has suffered these days. Maybe where Kotoko maybe person will say, I said Kotoko work shoulders because I know Kotoko a House of Folk. But this is the reality. The reality is that House of Folk has struggled lately, and they are coming out from that. Maybe from next season, I will agree with them. If we start the next season's league, now the House of Folk continue to be here, then I will agree with the supporters and say, no, I'm free. The team has come. To me, he's quite okay. At least as far as House of Folk are concerned, no. Anybody, I'll pick it.
That's fine. Remember that kid to Sansan, I mean, Jackson. Herbal Center and Kaibo Mraman for say nay Jackson natural capsules eno na eye adwuma yim dom peni entirim ame mayo aba se de sitie waist pains ni nyina ebekọ na ma power we are as a strong man kai se enye nne na Jackson natural capsules ibe adwa so Ghana fo nim na dia tum na bi atwam fiti nne ya pe Jackson natural capsules Jackson meshade ye de treat malaria, treat the fever, jaundice, typhoid fever and the keke ka ho esa boa ma makọ afiche so ma omunya na se de omope na ye fata Jackson Herbal Center duri adwuma wa wumu ache abo adwuma pa besi nne wo brane omomnom Jackson malaria dro ni di ho adanse no omomnom natural capsules no so aka bi asoso Frey Jackson ne pinch munyina I was 0244 723 541 0244 723 541 na fe yenko memfa nko boso fe ho memfa nko nsuayem number 2
producers ama yensaka say Kotoko you interested in Ishmaelado of Heart of Lions na unse no can that 20 team no go to he's one of the best now a player me sure say even before say Zito Webarna Kochoguma can on has because one of the interviews at Kochogum near Asante Media you know and now we'll be a question about the local based players who deserve blasters call up no go to or after so ball Kotoko players you know other names or boy you know na Ishmaeladu to tunani din ka ho and now try say if you are a follower of the Ghana Premier League you know what this boy can do especially in the middle and no believe say as I say national team for no 8 mission na omokofa no na he was even calling say Onya Blaster scholar. I'll come to the profile and what he brings to the party. To a central midfielder. And what's me 6, 8 me 8 nibi. And the age and so 18, 19 years. Or below 20. We'll be all under 20 they say. And the young player. But he has been doing it for about 3 seasons near for Heart of Lions. Now me to nya hokra ni here. I mean I'll come to the profile and other things. But some and I a ball to company for Basso. The kind of transfer some year, you know. But to January, you know, who transfer and so. Kotoko second round. Omuntimi catch up you know transfers ne kan pa. Last season we are na Kotoko players be required. There's no need to mention the names. By replacement ni be Mohamed Kamara. Yebenya Lord Amwa. No, there are even questions about Brukum Chelsea players. Because the previous is not the Kalu Watara. And even Henry Ansu Abeyeno na Didier ho. But Kotoko went back to Chelsea for a right back in Lord Amwa and a left back in Patrick Esiedu. And we to normally instant fan favorite, especially Lord Amwa. Also, Esiedu the one start you. We don't say Sudan, is smart and a started so. And sana later. Obe pra ama Esiedu ababebo